Greetings folks, this is a BlackWeasel and this is my video game review of The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel for the PlayStation 4. This is a sequel towards the first game that came out last year. Yep. Immediately this game picks up after the events of the last game. What has returned in this game are the same battle mechanics and gameplay. It's a role-playing game with tactics and strategy put on, so defeating monsters is not a walk in the park. Ring Soldier makes a return as the main man in charge. What also returns are the huge cast of characters and folks that showed up in the last game. These guys all come back, and there's backstories in the beginning that remind me of who they are. What's new in Trails of Cold Steel 2 is the use of overdrive mode, which has Ring Soldier teaming up with his friends in order to attack 3 times in a row on powerful monsters. It's real helpful down the road. It adds another option to my arsenal of weapons and options. Arsenal of weapons. But the next thing I have noticed is how tricky this game can become later on. Some of these monsters have powers to heal themselves like 50% half of their health, which will make my attacks worthless because it'll be no better than fighting the boss monster 2 or 3 times. So basically there is a need to play the game in an efficient way. Now one thing I gotta knock a peg off this game is how these dungeons and caves look. It's real repetitive and boring. It gave me vibes of role-playing games that have a high encounter rate, like Skies of Arcadia and Final Fantasy V. I know where to go and know what to do next, but a game, but like with Final Fantasy V and Skies of Arcadia, it makes the journey sort of like a slow burn. I'll give Trails of Cold Steel a 9.1 out of 10. It's a solid sequel towards a solid game. More things have been added on, but in the end, it's another round of the first game I played. So I've seen some minor problems that I saw in the first game. The soundtrack is nice, and that sums it up. I played this game on September 19th, 2019, and I finished this game on January 24th, 2020. It has taken me almost 93 hours to go through this journey.